For the third cooking video assignment, also on the FAME plate model and focusing on gut microbiome health, I'll be making a spinach, quinoa, and caramelized onion bowl topped with tomatoes, avocado, and jalapenos. My three macronutrients for this meal will be for my carbohydrate, is a starchy veggie, and it's the caramelized corn. And then my protein is going to be from the quinoa, and then my lipid will be from the avocado. All right, and then touching on the micronutrients, in the quinoa, there's vitamins B9, B6, and B1. The minerals, like the top three, are magnesium, iron, and manganese. And then for the phytonutrient that I found was flavonoids. And then the vitamin B1 in the quinoa helps process carbs and fats and proteins, which turns them and helps them power ATP synthesis, which powers just like energy. And then for the micronutrients in the corn, there's vitamins B1, C, and B9. The minerals are potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus. And the phytonutrient is carotenoids. And then vitamin C helps build and maintain like skin health, which then like repairs wounds and scars. And then in the avocado, there's vitamins K, E, and B9. And then there's also potassium, magnesium, and copper. The phytonutrient is carotenoids as well. And the vitamin K helps trigger the proteins that help with blood clotting. And then the spinach, the vitamins are K, A, and C. And then the minerals that it has is iron, calcium, and potassium. And it also has carotenoids. And then vitamin A, which is very prominent in spinach, is vital for retina health. So it produces pigments that help you see in the dark. And then in the tomatoes, there's vitamin C, vitamin K, and vitamin A. And then the minerals include potassium, magnesium, and calcium. And then one of the important phytonutrients in it is lycopene. And the potassium in the tomato helps maintain steady heartbeat and whatnot, which just helps heart health overall. And then in the jalapeno, there are vitamins C, A, and B6. And then for the minerals, there's potassium, phosphorus, and manganese. And then for the phytonutrient, it is capsaicinoids. And the phosphorus in the jalapeno really just helps build strong bones and teeth. And then olive oil is super, super prominent in vitamins E and vitamin K. And then the minerals in olive oil include calcium, potassium, and iron. And the phytonutrient for olive oil as well is polyphenols. And so the calcium that is in it helps bone and teeth health and structure and strength. And then I will also be using salt to help caramelize the corn, which salt is just a mineral in itself. So yeah. So the quinoa that I'm using, quinoa is very high in protein, which will help me reach my SMART goal of eating more protein every day, just since it's a great protein source. And this is also a pretty easy meal that I can both make and then store to eat later. So yeah. And then the other minerals in all of my ingredients, like calcium, magnesium, and iron, they help carry out basic cellular functions, which then helps digest indigestible fibers, which are just cofactors for microbial enzymes. And then all the vitamins in all of my ingredients, such as vitamins B, C, D, and E, all promote healthy microbial colonization of the intestinal lining. So both of those just really help improve gut microbiome health. All right, so here's my food all plated up. We have the quinoa is 1/4 of the plate, which is fits the FAME plate model because the protein is supposed to be 1/4. Then we have the spinach, which is 1/2 of the plate, which also fits the FAME plate model because they want the leafy green and all the vegetables to be another half of the plate. And then my corn down here, I already mixed in the jalapenos and the tomatoes and the avocado with it, but it is also makes up 1/4 of the plate, which conforms with the FAME model since 1/4 of the plate should be. It should be like the whole grain of the starchy veggie. In this case, it is the starchy veggie. So I'll mix this all up together and make it more of a bowl, but I just put it out in this way to demonstrate the FAME model. Cooking this new meal was pretty fun. I really liked going in. I haven't used corn before in one of these videos, so that was like something new for me to do, and caramelizing the corn with the olive oil and salt was pretty fun. Any lessons learned? The spinach we had one bag, but it actually ended up not being good, so the other bag of spinach that we happened to have, which is lucky, was a good bag. So I think just like making sure that all my veggies are fresh and that I'm eating them quick. And any challenges I faced was definitely, I feel like in cutting up my avocados and whatnot, I feel like I have this problem every time, is I'm just not super good at cutting up like my vegetables. So I can just improve on cutting them, but the avocado was pretty soft, which was definitely not in my favor. But yeah.